You put the dress on. It's another thing. Brings on a new life.
Sure.
She walks out of the room in the dress.
Yes.
Before the event, was the first time you saw her in the dress?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Why do we need to leave?
Our objection to a man of the cloth presenting his wife in public looking like a $2. Two. At least two.
As you may have already heard, Pastor Jamal Bryant and his wife, Dr. Carrie Bryant, are facing heavy criticism they likely did not expect. What was meant to be a classy charity gala quickly turned into a major church controversy. The situation escalated after Dr. Carrie wore a dress that many people felt was inappropriate for a religious event. Photos spread fast online, and reactions poured in from all sides. Supporters and critics began debating faith, image, and leadership. Now, a bigger question is being asked out loud. Could this moment damage Pastor Jamal's long-standing reputation as a high-profile pastor and public figure?
Now, I didn't say she was. I'm not talking about her. My statement is not about her. My statement is about him. I said he presented his wife, and he said he bought the dress.
What was supposed to be a calm, uplifting night filled with style and good intentions quickly fell apart and became tense and uncomfortable. The criticism did not begin with rumor sites or flashy headlines. Instead, it came from within the faith community itself. Church members, fellow pastors, and longtime followers who have observed Jamal Bryant for years started speaking up. Many question why expectations seem to bend when he is involved. This time, those concerns did not stay behind closed doors or quiet conversations. They spilled across social media, filling timelines and comment sections everywhere. One evening suddenly became a moment of public judgment that no one could overlook.
And anybody who looks at my wife will think I'm a billionaire.
I just don't know where the illusion of nudity fits in with being a first lady.
This situation began on December 20, 2025, at the UNCCF Atlanta Mayor's Masked Ball. It was a high-end black tie event where influence filled the room and being seen mattered just as much as being invited. This was not a relaxed social gathering. The night was formal, exclusive, and crowded with powerful people. Elected officials greeted donors, business leaders shared conversations, and well-known faces moved easily from table to table. Everyone was dressed carefully, knowing cameras were everywhere. The purpose of the event was clear and positive: raising money for historically black colleges and universities. By all official measures, the evening was a success. When the final remarks ended and guests prepared to leave, the organizers announced they had raised around $4 million. Inside the ballroom, everything appeared perfect. Applause followed speeches, photographers captured smiling faces, and the mood felt celebratory. Drinks flowed, laughter echoed, and the atmosphere felt polished and proud. It was the kind of night designed to be remembered for the right reasons, one that usually ends up framed in photos and praised for years. However, it only took one moment to change how the night would be remembered. When Pastor Jamal Bryant and his wife, Dr. Carrie Bryant, appeared together, attention began to shift. As images from the event spread online, focus quietly moved away from the donations, the mission, and the speeches. Instead, people started talking about Dr. Carrie Bryant's outfit. Slowly, the conversation changed direction. What had been a feel-good story about charity turned into a heated debate about appearance, leadership, and public image. Dr. Carrie wore a black mermaid-style gown that was clearly designed to stand out. The dress included a skin-toned illusion top that blended closely with her complexion, giving the look of bare skin. It was fitted, elegant, and dramatic, highlighting her figure in a way that drew immediate attention. Many people agreed she looked beautiful. That part was not the issue for most viewers. In another setting, such an outfit would likely have passed without much comment. If a movie star, influencer, or singer had worn the same dress, it probably would have been praised as bold fashion. Headlines would have focused on style, and the moment would have faded quickly. But context changed everything. Dr. Carrie Bryant is not just a guest at events like this. She is a minister and the wife of a well-known pastor who leads a large church. Once people connected that role to the image, reactions shifted fast. The discussion stopped being about fashion and became about expectations. Many began asking whether a pastor's wife should present herself this way in public. For a large part of the faith community, this was never about clothing alone. It was about symbolism, influence, and whether church leadership is becoming too closely tied to celebrity culture. Many believers feel that spiritual responsibility does not disappear outside church walls. In their view, leaders represent their faith everywhere they go. Supporters quickly defended Dr. Carrie Bryant. They argue that the event was not religious, she was not preaching, and she had every right to dress as she pleased. While that explanation satisfied some, it did not convince others. Critics insisted the concern was not about shaming her body, but about leadership standards. Certain roles, they believe, come with expectations that should not be ignored when inconvenient. Tensions grew even stronger after Pastor Jamal Bryant addressed the issue publicly. Instead of calming the situation, he responded with sharp words. From the pulpit, he mocked those criticizing his wife, calling them jealous, narrow-minded, and uninformed. That response only added fuel to the fire. What began as a single outfit at a charity event turned into a much larger debate about respect, accountability, and the future image of church leadership in the public eye.
But insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded people got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness. The dress was flesh color. But because you ain't never been nowhere and ain't never been exposed to nothing.
And suddenly, the dress itself stopped being the main story. What caused real controversy was Pastor Jamal Bryant's reaction. Defending his wife was expected, but the way he did it shocked many. He wasn't careful, thoughtful, or respectful toward those expressing concern. He ignored the feelings of fellow pastors, church leaders, and longtime members, offering no explanation or attempt to understand their perspective. Instead, he dismissed their opinions completely, treating them like they didn't matter at all. Yet, one thing clearly captured his attention: the money raised. Throughout his response, he repeatedly highlighted the $4 million collected at the gala, as if that alone justified everything. By focusing on the event's financial success rather than addressing the concerns of his community, the discussion shifted from personal choice and faith to leadership, priorities, and whether public accountability still mattered.
Because the other day, the internet went crazy about a dress my wife had on. Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund. They never said anything about this was the largest fundraiser for for HBCUs in the country.
To Pastor Jamal, the gala's financial success outweighed every worry, every raised question, and every quiet concern about leadership or example. If the donations grew, the criticism seemed irrelevant.
Nowhere and ain't never been exposed to nothing.
For everyone watching, this was no longer just about a dress. It became a clear message about what really mattered to him and his priorities. The way he responded made it obvious. He viewed critics as beneath him. By calling those who questioned him clueless or inexperienced, he drew a sharp line between himself and the very people who supported his ministry. The worshipers who gave faithfully and helped his church grow suddenly seemed too small-minded to deserve a voice. He ignored concerns from other pastors too, showing little interest in understanding them. In a surprising moment, his own congregation cheered, signaling support despite the growing controversy outside the church walls. This wasn't just about fashion. It revealed tensions over respect, leadership, and accountability.
I divorced because of my infidelity, not because of irreconcilable differences, but because I broke that covenant.
It was wild, honestly. For anyone who missed it, as Pastor Jamal dismissed critics and brushed aside scripture-based concerns, the congregation clapped like they were at a concert, not a church. It wasn't just awkward, it was shocking. This wasn't a moment of accountability. It felt more like a celebrity being defended. Applause replaced any serious discussion, and loyalty drowned out judgment. For years, Jamal has acted less like a spiritual guide and more like a public brand. His sermons often feel like performances, with viral quotes and provocative statements designed to grab attention. Many observers believe he and Dr. Carrie knew exactly how her dress would be received. The revealing style wasn't accidental. It was a deliberate move to attract eyes. Attention has always been Jamal's currency, and that gown only increased it. For many, the backlash didn't come out of nowhere. It seemed inevitable. Jamal's personal life often clashes with the moral image he projects. His first marriage ended due to repeated infidelity, a fact he admitted publicly, which some saw as confidence, others as arrogance. Over time, his style of ministry has blended spectacle, controversy, and personal branding, leaving supporters and critics alike questioning where the line between faith and fame really lies.
My ego is not that big. I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband.
Over the years, controversies around Jamal Bryant have built up like a gathering storm. Allegations of relationships with multiple women, connections with congregants, and blurred lines of power have left many believers frustrated. Rather than seeing these as moments of growth or redemption, some view them as repeated patterns of behavior that somehow don't stop him from maintaining influence. Critics also note that his sermons often focus on giving, planting seeds, and making sacrifices tied to financial rewards. For some observers, this starts to feel less like guidance and more like taking advantage of faith. In today's world of megachurches and wealthy pastors, questions arise about whether leaders are truly shepherding their flocks or running a business. The recent controversy over Dr. Carrie Bryant's dress didn't create these concerns. It reopened old debates. When she finally responded, saying she dresses for herself and her husband, many felt it did little to ease the tension or address the deeper issues.
Well, I don't use my platform to preach against other preachers when there's so much that's going on in the world.
Those are real concerns and no one denies them. But for critics, the issue goes far beyond a single outfit. It's about spiritual trust, credibility, and the example set by leadership in the church. Changing the topic to social issues didn't address the questions that lingered in people's minds, questions that remain unanswered. This was never truly about a dress, it was a trigger. People reacted to more than fabric, they responded to the attitude behind it. The arrogance, the dismissiveness, and the sense that accountability doesn't apply to this family. For many, it confirmed what they already suspected about Pastor Jamal Bryant, that he behaves more like a celebrity or a brand than a spiritual guide. The bigger question remains, will this affect his influence, or will it prove that as long as applause is loud and donations continue, he can weather any scandal? Headlines will move on, the dress will fade from memory, but the ongoing patterns of self-interest, hypocrisy, and pride in leadership remain, and more people are noticing.